Kiss.
Yo, it's your boy, Mike K. Smith, also known as AKs, also known as the coolest guy in sports. Back with another Who's Better. This time I have Kemba Walker versus Kyle Lowry. Who is better? Kemba Walker, who's played 13 games, 34.2 minutes per game, 27.9 points per game, 45.8% from the field, 38.3 from the three-point line, 4.3 rebounds per game, 6.3 assists, 0.3 blocks, 0.8 steals per game, 86.5 from the free throw line, 2 turnovers per game. Kyle Lowry, 13 games, 33.5 minutes per game, 17.2 points per game, 49.7 from the field, 38.6 from the three-point line, 4.2 rebounds, 11 assists per game, 0.5 blocks, 1.5 steals, 81.4 for the free throw line, 2.7 turnovers per game. That being said, who is better? Now, both of these point guards are having great seasons. Yes, including Kyle Lowry. I know a lot of my past videos, I think Kyle Lowry is overrated. I talk about how he's one of the most overrated players in the NBA. But I have to give credit when credit is due. Kyle Lowry has been hooping this season. He's really been the catalyst to the Toronto Raptors, especially since Kawhi Leonard has been missing a lot of games, resting here and there, and the team has not missed any beat when he's out. We know that Kemba Walker has been hooping this year. He's dropping a lot of points. Of course, that point average will probably go down this year, but he's playing like he deserves to start in the All-Star game, which is going to be in Charlotte, and he's really embraced that city, and he's playing really, really well. A lot of that has to do because it's a contract year, and he wants to get that max super deal, and if he keeps playing the way he's playing, he's going to get it from the Toronto Raptors, even though he should want to leave. I'm sorry, I said the Toronto Raptors, the Charlotte Hornets, even though he should want to leave the Charlotte Hornets, because if you look at their payroll, if you look at their situation, they got money wrapped up with Nicholas Batum for 3 years, Bismack Biyombo, and Michael Kidd. And that's before they even pay Kemba Walker a max contract. So why would you want to stay with the Charlotte Hornets? And their roster situation is terrible. You're just going to be competing probably for a AFC year after year. That being said, though, who is better between Kemba Walker and Kyle Lowry? It's a tough one, man, because, Kemba Walker has to do a lot. If Kemba Walker doesn't play well, the Charlotte Hornets are not going to win. And as great as Kyle Lowry is playing, his team is way more superior than the Charlotte Hornets. So he can suffer a bad game and his team can still win, or they can play without Kawhi Leonard and his team can still win the basketball game. But that being said, though, that's not Kyle Lowry's fault. That's the Charlotte Hornets organization fault. And that being said, I have to pick Kyle Lowry over Kemba Walker. It's painful. It kills me because you know how I feel about Kyle Lowry. But in the regular season, Kyle Lowry is an all-star caliber point guard. All-star point guard. I'm not going to say caliber. He's an all-star point guard in the regular season. It's the playoffs where he starts showing what he really is made of. But as of right now, he's been playing really, really well. And I got to take him over Kemba Walker because I believe that as great as Kemba Walker scoring ability is, it's his greatest asset, and his handle is so tight. You cannot stay in front of this brother. Like I always say, after Stephen Curry, after Kyrie Irving, give me Kemba Walker if we're talking about handling the basketball. But that being said, though, I'm not really sold on his jump shot. I know he makes a lot of mid-range. I know he's worked on improving his three-point shot over the last season and a half, but I am still not sold on his jump shot, and I'm also not sold on his ability to play without the basketball in his hand. He needs the basketball in his hands to dominate. Kyle Lowry, on the other hand, he can play on ball, he can play off ball. Kyle Lowry is also the better passer than Kemba Walker. He's a better shooter than Kemba Walker. Even though Kemba Walker has the high scoring totals and the scoring numbers right now, Kyle Lowry is a better shooter than Kemba Walker. Also, he's a better defender than Kemba Walker. Personally, if I was starting a team, I would want Kemba Walker as my point guard over Kyle Lowry. But that doesn't mean that Kemba Walker is better than Kyle Lowry, just because personally I will pick him to start a team with. But that does not mean he's a better player than Kemba Walker. That's just my preference. Kyle Lowry just does more for his basketball team, being a two-way player than Kemba Walker. And you always got to give the edge to the player that is more valuable on the basketball floor. Now, we're not talking about individualizing their categories like scoring. Of course, Kemba Walker is better. Defense, of course, Kyle Lowry is better. Clutch. Who would you rather have in a clutch? I would rather have Kemba Walker. But we're talking about overall package. I got to give Kyle Lowry that edge, even though it hurts me, even though I've made videos about Kyle Lowry, but he's been hooping this season. And as of right now, I think he's a little better than Kemba Walker, who's been outstanding this young NBA season. But that being said, what do you guys think? Do you believe that Kyle Lowry is better than Kemba Walker, or Kemba Walker is better than Kyle Lowry? Let me know in the comments below. Also, let me know what is the next video you would like to see. It can be a who's better player comparison, or it can be an overrated or underrated. This is your boy, K. Smith, also known as AKIS. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell to stay updated on these videos. And let's try to get me to 100 subs, guys. I'm at 76 right now. Let's keep growing the movement. This is your boy, K. Smith, also known as AKIS. I'm gone, man. Peace.